one of the easiest decisions I've ever done. Vincent Kompany, David Silva, and what they have done for the history of this club. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Being at City changed my life. I'm proud of what we did together, and I feel emotional that it's being recognized like this.
My time at City was special, and my connection with people in Manchester and Manchester itself was quite unique as well.
They really were giants of this club. And I think no matter what era, in 10 years or 20, 30, 50, 100 years, I think one can always look back at this era as a very special era in the history of this club. And when that happens, we need statues.
When I first saw the statue, I felt good. I think it was like me, real. This statue really represents the way I like to play. I love the pose the sculptor has chosen. It really remind me all of those times when I was on the pitch playing, and that moment when I had to find the striker.
I didn't really expect to be, recognized by such a great club in that way. My wife is from Manchester, and my kids are born in Manchester. And they go back to a place where they can see something that represents what their dad has achieved. That is something that I can't describe.
When we talk about David and Kompany, they're like actually the definition of a legend. So when I heard statues, it couldn't be more justified.
First time I saw the statue, I couldn't believe how big it was. But then again, I'm a big boy, so yeah, fair enough. And then especially the pose, for me it means a lot.
You all know the passion and enthusiasm that he played with, but he also had a level of composure, and I think that calculates all them factors and emotions.
Having a husband with a statue at the football club that you've supported since you was a child is surreal. The sculpture, it means so much to me personally. When he did that pose, it was the relief of he was delivering something to the supporters to say goodbye. So I'm just really grateful that that's the pose they've chose.
To see that statue of him in the pose is just effortless. The way he played football, it just sums him up. That left foot.
Because of the way that Andy Scott works by bringing together all these tiny, tiny pieces of steel, there's this really nice resonance with this history of mosaic in Manchester. It's a place of manufacture, a place of fabrication, and that's something that you also see in the making of these sculptures.
It puts things a little bit into, you never have a time to look back at something you've achieved. And for the very first time, I can look back and say, hey, it was cool. It was pretty unique.
I am sure it will even look good in the Manchester rain.